Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told his cabinet yesterday that there has been a dramatic drop in U.S. weapons deliveries.
That is a claim that the Biden administration has denied. NBC's Matt Bradley reports from Tel Aviv.
It's been a week since that war of words between Washington and Jerusalem broke out, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel is now doubling down, insisting once again yesterday that there have been delays in shipments of U.S. weapons to Israel. Now, the U.S. and the White House spent the better part of the last week denying that there were any delays, but Benjamin Netanyahu is still pressing this point. But we've also heard from the Prime Minister here that he is willing to make a partial deal with Hamas in order to free some of those remaining hostages. There's thought to be somewhere between 50 and 80 who are still alive in the Gaza Strip. But he's still sticking to his position that Hamas must be completely destroyed before the war ends. Now, all of this is happening, this fighting between Netanyahu and the Biden administration and the lack of a deal to free these hostages, as the war between Israel and Hezbollah heats up in the north of this country. We've seen forest fires and firings of shots and munitions by Hezbollah at Israel. The Israelis have been firing back. And it was just a couple of days ago that Hassan Nasrallah, the head of Hezbollah, aired out a surveillance video that showed footage taken by drone of some major Israeli cities and military installations. It was an ominous warning and something of a boast showing the reach of his drones and Hezbollah's capabilities should this come to war. Now, we're hearing a lot about this, and Americans particularly have been warning the Israelis and the Lebanese that any war between Hezbollah and Israel would likely break out into the wider region involving Iran and maybe even the United States. And that, just like we're seeing in the Gaza Strip and on Israel's northern border and in southern Lebanon, would be a burden that would be carried primarily by civilians in the region. Matt Bradley, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
Israeli ground offenses and bombardments have killed more than 37,000 people in Gaza, according to the territory's health ministry, which, by the way, does not distinguish between combatants and civilians in its count.